Hi, my name is Brett, Product Manager for WilsonPro, and today we're going to talk about our low-profile antennas. So one of the goals with these low-profile antennas was to offer something that was aesthetically pleasing and looked really great, but also had the same great performance that our existing dome antenna had. I think we were able to do that with this antenna. As you can see, it's really low profile, and when it's installed, it's not very prominent and it's really not very recognizable. It's not going to make a big impact on the aesthetics of the building, which is important to a lot of customers. A lot of times aesthetics to them is one of the most important factors. They'll want to boost their cell phone signal, but also not have something that's changing the aesthetics of the building. So this antenna offers great gain and also looks really great when it's installed. With this antenna, we also offer a hard ceiling mounting hardware, and what this does is you can cut a hole directly into the ceiling, put it up, and these wings come down and screw it into place. And this is really beneficial because a lot of times you don't have access to the ceiling space. If it's a drywall ceiling, metal, or concrete, you're not going to be able to get up into the ceiling like you can with a drop ceiling. So having the hard ceiling mounting kit makes it so you can install this antenna in a lot more places, and it makes it easier. Even if you're using a drop ceiling, this makes it a lot easier to install. The antenna comes in two different versions, one with a reflector and one without a reflector. And what the reflector does is it essentially pushes that radiation downwards. And that's important because you want the highest amount of gain pushing down towards the floor. That's because that's where people are working and walking around, and instead of losing that gain into the ceiling, this pushes it down towards the floor. So we highly recommend using the antenna with a reflector when possible. Like I said, a lot of installations having access to the ceiling space isn't possible because it's a drywall ceiling or something like that. And in those situations, using the reflector isn't an option, but if ever you can use the reflector, you should, because it will have the best performance. The low-profile antenna is designed to work in 2G, 3G, 4G, and LTE systems and will work great with any WilsonPro booster. The low-profile antenna has a plenum pigtail cable, and this is really nice because it makes it so you can be certain that the antenna is going to be up to code in any installation. This meets any National Fire Protection Agency codes and any National Electric codes for installations in any building plenum spaces. And the cable just essentially makes it so that if it lights on fire, it's not going to spread the fire quickly and also not going to emit toxic smoke throughout the building. Now we're going to look at some data sheets comparing the low-profile dome antennas and the 304412 antenna, which is the existing bulkier dome. When you're looking at the data sheets, it can be kind of hard to figure out how the antenna actually performs. Usually you'll see peak gain, average peak gain, or average gain for the antenna. And it's kind of difficult to figure out how this is going to work in the room that you're trying to boost the signal in. A lot of times you'll see that an antenna has a peak gain of 7 decibels and you think, that's really great. We have 7 decibels of gain, but that's not always happening in the area where you want your antenna to be boosting. With a low profile ceiling antenna, you want that gain to be happening below the antenna or at 45-degree angles from the antenna. If it's happening up in the ceiling or a 90-degree angle from the antenna, so a 90-degree angle up in the ceiling, it's not really benefiting anyone that's walking around on the floor. One of the things we do here at WilsonPro is we have all of our antennas third-party tested for 2D and 3D plots. And as you can see here, we have diagrams showing the low profile with reflector and low profile without reflector, and the 304412 antenna. And these different lines show you the gain at different frequencies and what these polar plots actually look like. This is the entire radiation pattern for the antenna. And these can give you a really good idea of how the antenna is going to perform in the space where you're boosting. One of the things we can do with this 3D data is we can generate a 3D image of the antenna radiation pattern at different frequencies. And this is really beneficial as an installer because this can help you see what the radiation pattern is going to look like and help you understand if it's going to fit in the space where you're boosting the antenna's signal strength. For more information about low-profile antennas, click the link in the description. And for more videos like these, remember to subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.